So what we're here to say today is, ain't gonna let nobody turn us around, that we have been in this space before and we're coming. We are.
Well, tonight, still more fallout on those election issues at the Capitol. CBS 46's Haley Mason was live when Representative Cannon and Martin Luther King III arrived this morning. She's been following this developing story and speaking to the Secretary of State about all that fallout out over this election bill. Haley, what did the Secretary of State tell you?
One thing we know for sure, the fallout is only beginning, and he's well aware of that all around this voting bill that has launched protests. On one hand, all at the same time, Representative Park Cannon walks in an arm sling after being arrested here. I talked to the Secretary of State about the bill and his thoughts on all that it centers.
On the last week of the legislative session, State Representative Park Cannon returns to work, surrounded by a band of silent protesters and supporters, just days after she was arrested by Capitol Police. Martin Luther King III marched with Cannon and spoke out against the voting reform law that Cannon was trying to see the governor sign when she was arrested.
I'm not surprised, but I'm greatly disappointed. Our state should be better than this.
Turn me around, turn me around.
Voting rights advocates inside the Capitol announced yet another lawsuit in response to the election changes.
It should hurt all of us that while some will say this is not a reflection of Jim Crow, but if you're suppressing people's rights to vote, what else is it?
This office gets sued by left and the right and folks in the middle. It gets all over. You have activist groups and you have different people that are suing. It just comes with the territory.
We talked one-on-one with Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, who's named in the suits.
We now have 17 days minimum of early voting, 19 if you want to have 2 weekends of Sunday voting, which is great for the African American, sold to the polls.
Raffensperger says SB 202 puts into law changes to increase access that were only temporarily added during the pandemic.
It's fair to say that we support many of the measures in SB 202, and there's some that we probably don't, but the law is the law.
But Democrats and advocates who've argued the bill will disenfranchise black voters also now saying even Governor Kemp signing the bill in front of the portrait of a slave plantation sends the wrong message as race and political power continue to collide in Georgia's State House.
We're dealing with white supremacy, we're dealing with racism, and it's massive, and they want us to know that they are doing what they want to do, but they need to understand that we will not go back.
I understand we live in a paralyzed, very polarized time. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that no matter what side wins, that 100% of the people have confidence in the results.
Speaker, does gentleman yield?
And back to Park Cannon, her legal team tells us that they will be filing a civil lawsuit in her case. They say they do not have any evidence that she committed a felony. They call her arrest a false arrest. Reporting live at the state capitol, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Haley, thank you.